Traditionally, Doom centers around high-octane combat, ripping and tearing through demons. Unless you suck at the game like I do. Regardless of the setting, whether it be Earth or the depths of hell, its environments are not just backdrops, but masterfully crafted spaces that amplify the game's relentless momentum and tone, establishing Doom as one of the most visually and thematically impressive shooters in the genre. However, with Doom: The Dark Ages, the series takes a bold step into one of horror's most compelling subgenres. The Cosmic Realm is one of the most fascinating regions I've explored in recent memory. In contrast to other locations, the Cosmic Realm takes heavy inspiration from Lovecraftian horror, personally one of my favorite subgenres. It harbors incomprehensible geometry, illogical structures, and an infinite deep void, akin to the sea at its darkest depths. Lovecraftian horror challenges the unknown. What monsters that await you aren't simply monsters. They're ineffable beings that shatter your mind and soul by appearance alone. Of course, this is Doom, so none of that occurs in total accuracy, but the aesthetic and design of Lovecraftian or cosmic horror fits perfectly into the franchise. It kinda reminds me of Kratos when, after defeating every god in Greece, stumbled into Norse mythology, and yet they made it work. However, cosmic horror in Doom doesn't only make sense, but it expands upon the universe in a brilliant way, and it complements what has already been established. So let's begin with the first mission of our journey into the Cosmic Realm, the Spire of Nirathul. The Spire of Nirathul is a large tower submerged beneath the ocean's waves. You are here to release the Old One from his prison, so that he may transport you to the Cosmic Realm. Your first objective is to drain the water levels, to reveal the majority of the structure beneath. Compared to what was seen before, it is massive, and your dragon is needed to navigate the prison in its entirety. The dragon is a fantastic addition to Doom, not only because, we get to fly an epic cybernetic dragon and shoot plasma lasers, but the way I see it is the dragon is a great way to expand the grand scope of a level's design. Think of the Sentinel Fortress. Its size is nearly unimaginable. We wouldn't be able to comprehend its full scale without the dragon. This makes structures like Nirathul feel far more monstrous as we soar through its sprawling sections. After the water is drained, you destroy each and every magical anchor keeping this beast in a permanent slumber. Using the BFC, which is epic by the way, you destroy the outer shell, but the beast is still not fully revealed to the player. As you ascend higher, you truly grasp the sheer size of the Old One, until eventually, it's released. The Old One strikes an uncanny appearance to the depictions of Cthulhu, the poster boy of Lovecraftian horror. His mere presence in the lore fractures the minds of mortals, seeping into their dreams and dragging them towards madness. Simply knowing of Cthulhu is enough to begin the slow unraveling of one's sanity. Now, in Doom, these things don't really occur, but there are Lovecraftian elements, mainly for design and visual purposes. For us, the Old One is our transportation into the Cosmic Realm. The Slayer awakens inside a pod-like structure. Tentacles and alien-like walls immediately surround us. We swim through numerous passageways until we finally end up on a platform. As the platform ascends, we catch our first glimpse of the Cosmic Realm, a hauntingly beautiful expanse. Sickly green light stains the void, casting an eerie glow over impossible drifting structures. Massive cephalopod-like creatures drift aimlessly through the empty air, embodying a grotesque kind of majesty. You understand that this realm is beyond your understanding. This is the city of Raul. In this mission, you are simply traveling through the city, fighting demons on floating platforms amidst eerie, strange obelisks that decorate the background. As you explore, the structures you find are nothing like we've seen before in the series. Eyes are a prominent theme here in the city, both by design and interaction. Cosmic eyes are the key to unlocking doors, as you have to line up both eyes and promptly throw your shield to shatter the gate. The colors and design help the Cosmic Realm immediately stand out from both Earth and Hell in the Dark Ages. Earth has a more apocalyptic approach with desaturated tones. Hell itself has a harsh red hue saturating the entire landscape. The Cosmic Realm complements both, with its own sickly green and vibrant purple palette. As you travel further, you find passageways that make no sense. tunnels of water that defy the laws of physics, or giant glowing holes from the outer walls, closely resembling a wasp nest in a way. Lovecraftian horror thrives on ambiguity and suggestion. Strange symbols, half-understood cults, whispers of something bigger. It really does fit Doom's show don't tell philosophy. You see the horror, you feel it, but never fully grasp it. Even with hell and its demons, their lore and entire story is not fully understood, but we have enough to imagine the rest, and that's why they complement each other so well. Still, this is Doom, so of course you're going to be fighting demons throughout the region. But when the fight settles down, you can't help but admire the scenery. There are even new enemies introduced here, such as the Alkalite, a squid-human hybrid with magical powers. There's also the Cosmic Baron, a fusion between a Baron of Hell and the influence of this realm's infinite power. Lastly, there's the Cacao Demon hybrid, a floating brain now with giant tentacles that hang below its body. Personally, with an entirely different realm, I was hoping for more unique enemy types. We only have 3 enemies, 2 of which are hybrids of pre-existing demons. I'm sure we'll get more in the DLC, hopefully. Now, in the next mission, we explore the Carthul Marshes. The marshes, or swamps in horror, are meant to represent decay, isolation, or the unknown. They are repulsive and disgusting, usually depicted with heavy vegetation, as if the swamp itself is swallowing you whole. In Doom, it's much more open, but large mushrooms cloud the background, and because the area is flatter than the city, you get a good look at the unwavering sky. Large tentacles droop from above, and a giant eye peeks from beyond. If you don't know this already, Lovecraftian horror loves to use tentacles or deep-sea aspects in their design, whether it may be for the monsters or environments. The reasoning is quite obscure, but the main answer is to make things unfamiliar. H.P. Lovecraft was obsessed with the unknowable and unreachable, and few things embody that better than the deep sea. The sea alone represents a deep, primordial fear. Lovecraft used plenty of ocean imagery in his work because that's what represented his concepts the best. I mean, our first introduction to the cosmic horror in Doom the Dark Ages is the Spire of Nirathul, submerged beneath the ocean. It's a dark chasm of space that nobody knows or how deep it really is, or what horrors await so far below the surface that even the sun can't reach. Such is the final region of the cosmic realm, the Temple of Lamarith. Instead of a dark green, the area is now a bright purple, and ancient ships float ominously above a never-ending sea. It's as if the Slayer has stepped into a pocket dimension where time doesn't move in the middle of a vast ocean. In cosmic and Lovecraftian horror, the sea isn't just deep, it's unknowable. It's not just a setting, it's a warning. And in stories like The Call of Cthulhu, it becomes the perfect metaphor for everything cosmic horror stands for. Ancient, alien, indifferent, and waiting. In the story, Cthulhu sleeps beneath the Pacific Ocean in a sunken city called a name that I can't pronounce. A place so alien, its architecture defies human geometry. And in the story, it's more difficult to understand. Like, the staircases go up, but they also lead left and right at the same time. It's hard to comprehend, at least for the human mind. The moment it rises from the depths, the world starts breaking. People dream of him, they lose their minds, they kill. And when a ship crew stumbles upon the surfaced city, their journey ends with madness, death, and one final survivor who dares to remember what he saw. A Norwegian sailor named Gustav Johansen. Even then, the ocean reclaims its secret. The city sinks, the terror vanishes, but not really, because it's still there, lurking in the depths. And that's the genius of it. The sea acts like a curtain between us and the eldritch truths we're never meant to see. In Doom, we swim between portals to the next area, acting as a transitional period. Giant tentacles from an unknown monster appear just out of sight. The view is foggy and well hidden, emphasizing how minuscule our presence here really is. And that's why this kind of horror fits beautifully into Doom the Dark Ages. Hell itself has its own vastness, its own incomprehensibility. We're already traveling through dimensions, so the cosmic realm is simply another one we can check off the bucket list. All of what Lovecraftian horror represents may not fit into Doom, but the core elements certainly do. As we venture closer to the temple, the environment is that of a giant shipwreck, further feeding into the ocean-like imagery. I find it interesting the own juxtaposition within the cosmic realm. Our first look is this dark, unfathomable void where a city resides. Then we're here, where things sorta make sense. The ocean and boats, man-made things. It can almost be peaceful at times. It's not long before we're picked up by the Old One, eaten alive, and brought back into our realm, back with the Sentinels. Our time in the cosmic realm was shorter than I would have liked because by far, it was my favorite part about the entire game. However, I haven't really answered the question in its entirety yet. Why does cosmic horror work in Doom? The truth of the matter is, Doom kinda already flirted with the line before. It's just that now it's becoming way more apparent. In terms of the core principles of cosmic horror, look no further than the Makers. They're an interdimensional race that defies all logic and all understanding. A hive mind controlled by the Khan Maker. The Maker species is believed to be ancient, and they generally consider themselves to be gods and far beyond the lives of other species. Their designs are quite sleek and futuristic, but underneath that thin line of gold is weird, half-human, half-squid-like anatomy. It's very much Lovecraftian horror in that regard, but there's also Doom's hell as well. Hell in Doom is grotesque and disturbing. It shows the normal and common depictions of hell in Doom style, but it's not just a place of fire and torment. It's a machine of flesh and rituals, ancient, indifferent, and far beyond human understanding. The deeper you go, the more twisted the world becomes. Walls that breathe, towers of bone and sinew, eyes that follow you, not with hate, but with curiosity, like someone studying a bug. It's this indifference and vastness and unknown rituals that evoke cosmic horror than anything else. The Makers in Hell embody the core principles of Lovecraftian horror: cosmic indifference, the corruption of knowledge, the frailty of sanity, but it's the cosmic realm that truly elevates the aesthetic. Its imagery doesn't just hint at the unknowable, it embraces it, delivering a visual experience that's as haunting as it is awe-inspiring, especially the ocean, which plays a big role in Lovecraftian horror, and in the cosmic realm. Really, cosmic horror can come in different ways. I mean, Hell and the cosmic realm are visually total opposites, but their themes can remain the same. It just depends on how you look at it. Again, Doom isn't about telling you the story in its entirety. I mean, it's about killing demons, but when it comes to the story, it's not about discovering lost pieces of lore like Dark Souls or explaining all that occurs. Doom feeds you enough to fear what lies beyond the veil. With Hell, Urdak, and now the Cosmic Realm, we feel so small in the Doom's universe, and that's what this subgenre of horror is all about. Cosmic horror makes Doom feel bigger, scarier, and more mythic, without taking out the power fantasy. It adds a layer of dread beyond the violence, making every boss, every enemy more than just a target. It's a fragment of something too big to understand, and that's why it works. Thank you for watching. I normally like to inject a lot of humor into my videos, but this one seemed a bit too serious to do that. And you know what? I like talking about stuff like this, so it kinda works out. If you guys want, I can do a boss ranking for Dark Ages, which will be more laid back and interactive, but just let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on the subject matter and how it makes you feel. Do you think Doom is taking things too far or not enough? Are we gonna have a similar Kratos Norse mythology-like situation, or I don't know really. With that being said, I'm leaving to get cigarettes. I'll be back in my next video. So, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care everyone, and of course, stay safe.